Quick snap.
This quick snap is one of 5 quick snaps that will be covering the fundamentals of playing inside linebacker. It is a shorter part of an hour-and-a-half long video I put together about how we've gone about coaching up the fundamentals of our inside linebackers the past few years. So I'll make sure I put a link in the description down below to that longer video if you want to check it out. And by the end of the week, I plan on getting links to all 5 quick snaps about the fundamentals of inside linebacker play.
In this quick snap, we're going to talk about blitzing inside linebackers, letting your best tacklers in most cases be more aggressive, get downhill faster, and disrupt run plays, disrupt blocking schemes against offenses, or blitz the quarterback, end up with sacks, getting losses, or at least hurrying the progression of the quarterback, letting your defensive backs and outside linebackers be in position to more quickly and easily cover the pass or create turnovers. Our blitz block destruct ends up being the same for our inside linebackers as their base technique. They're just coming downhill and they're trying to get skinnier now. When we're on a blitz, we've got the complete mindset of I'm probably dipping and ripping in almost all situations. I'm trying to get into the backfield and make a play. Me as the coach, I've got something tendency-wise that, hey, this is where they're going. I'm going to try and run the linebacker through the gap before the offense can get on blocking him. Just for terminology reasons, A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap. Ultimately, our inside linebackers, they're working attacks through A gap or blazes through B gap. Here we got an attack on the backside of our will linebacker, Robbie. He got really good at this. Guard away. He's working through the A gap. The center should be working back to block him. Our nose occupies both the guard and the center. He makes a tackle from behind, no gain. How is that not a tackle for loss? And I don't like him showing it as much as he is, but he got really good at this. Like how the center doesn't see him, I don't understand. And that's why we're calling a blitz. That's why we get those guys good at blitzing. Little better example, not showing it as much. Here's a blaze. And we tackle the mesh. End zone shot. Run through B gap. Tackle everything. This is an example. As much as I think because we read guards like I've talked about previously, we end up picking things up. Like you'll see out of our MAC linebacker here, we end up picking things up. That guard does. So he is on a blaze. He sees that guard go away. He scrapes flat, and we get a 2-yard loss off of it. Like that's no different than what he'd do from depth. And I don't love how it shows it, but sometimes you want to play games with those inside linebackers. Sometimes they want to show so that way they can fall out and play coverage. Sometimes you want to time it up and hit it at the snap. And because he's blitzing, we get a 2-yard loss with his tackle as opposed to maybe a 0-yard gain. Lots of blitzing in this game. It was a crazy game. I think the final score was like 42-38. A little bit of a shootout. Not a great defensive showing, but we got some things on highlight. And this is an example of both guys working together. So as much as we're working a blaze on the play side here, and we take on the lead blocker right away. You know, the lead blocker's getting hit. That's 1 or 2 yards in the backfield. He could reach out and like slap the quarterback's butt, really. That's how far in the backfield we are. And that blows things up faster. The backside linebacker scraping across. We get both guys on the tackle. You tackle better when you get more guys on the tackle. Blaze here. Much better job of not showing it. Timing up the cadence. He's ripping underneath the tackle. The 5 techniques outside and C gap. Because he rips underneath the tackle, picks off the guard. And this is the case. So last time I said those linebackers still got to work together. If our will linebacker scrapes downhill, that will linebacker scrapes downhill, his shoulders turn. If he kept his shoulder square, scrapes downhill, he doesn't get cut back on, and instead we give up the touchdown. And that sucks, because we put the back linebacker in a spot where the blocking scheme is completely disrupted. So we don't have that cutback out of the backside linebacker. This is just unfair. Boom, in the backfield, backside attack. And this is, as much as it's a fundamental by the linebacker, he does a great job of not showing it. It's starting to creep just a little bit. Times it up, ball's getting snapped, and because of that nose occupies the center, we get the run through. Later on in the game, he's overexcited, he's showing it a little bit more. Don't love it as much, more effective, forces a fumble. And that's why you're calling that attack or that blaze. Play side blaze coming here. Good job timing it up. Ball snapped, I'm at full speed. Like the goal for us is we want to make sure the offensive line's up there, set, getting ready. And we want to time up. We want to hit the line of scrimmage on the snap. Tackle for loss, fumble, life's good. We got a blaze again. Into the backfield, disrupt the blocking scheme. And that's ultimately why you're calling a blitz. You're trying to create that turnover. You're trying to help the linebacker be even more aggressive. Funny story with this. So the team we're playing, they were in empty for about 5 or 6 plays before this. So we sub a DB in at outside linebacker, and we're planning on playing straight cover 0 against their empty. So I called up our blaze attack, I believe. They come out under center, and they just don't pick up the backside linebacker on the attack. Run through, tackle the mesh, turnover. And just nerdy DC coaching point. That's the DB playing outside linebacker. He pays just enough attention that he understands, all right, my job is to get to the ball as outside linebacker, and if I get a kickoff block, that means I go inside it. Nice job by everybody on that. Coverage sack really coming here, but our linebackers, we get to the end zone view. This is just beautiful stuff. Everybody's in a gap. And as much as it's the outside linebacker who makes the tackle, our inside linebackers celebrating because they know we did the job as a unit. Number 5 flushes the quarterback from the will spot. 82's pursuing. Big sack late in the game. Blaze coming here. Just good job. This is a good example of you got to have relentless pursuit, especially in blitz situations. Keeps working the ball, and really both inside linebackers in on the play at the end of this. See the end zone shot fast. Keeps going, forces the ball up inside, and is excited about it. Here we are against Barron Springs a few years ago. We got a double blaze on. Could bring it harder and faster. They hadn't seen a blitz yet in the game. We'll call it double blaze here. Get out to the perimeter. Ultimately, the center doesn't get there because the guard gets occupied by the 2 technique working inside. Just all of a sudden change, and ultimately the blitzing, as much as it's teaching the linebackers techniques, the linebackers overexcited on this one, how they don't pick him up. They're occupied with our nose. That's a kind of a scheme type deal, as much as that's the linebacker getting skinny, working through a gap. It's changing up the look for that offensive line, make life hard. The guard went down and the center went back. They got shot here. We got a blaze on the backside. Good example of not being, other than taking that one step, good example of being a little bit patient with the blitz, of timing it up. That's violent how the quarterback just goes down. Because of that, he ends up completely on block because he doesn't show it. Real good job by Kevin here.
Thanks for checking out this quick snap on Coaching Football with Brian Klee. Please follow me on Twitter at Coach Klee. Subscribe to the channel, Coaching Football with Brian Klee, by clicking down below. And if you have any further follow-up questions, email me at coachbrienklee@gmail.com.